The key parts of section 4.3 are identifying and writing the equations of parallel lines. That is the part we are going to focus on today. The other things we're going to look at within 4.3 are identifying and writing equations of perpendicular lines and using parallel and perpendicular lines in real-life problems. If we take a look at identifying and writing equations of parallel lines, it says parallel lines and slopes. Two lines in the same plane that never intersect are called parallel lines. Two distinct non-vertical lines are parallel if and only if they have the same slope. So in order to be parallel, they have to have the same slope, and if they have the same slope, that means they have to be parallel. Right? It also tells us all vertical lines are parallel. So because their slope is undefined, it had to give us that second line saying all vertical lines are parallel. Okay. Key thing, parallel lines have the same slope. So if I was, say, given the equation y equals 3x minus 2, a parallel equation would be y equals 3x and then anything other than minus 2, right? They have to be distinct lines. It can't be the exact same line, right? So 3x plus 5 would be parallel, right? Or one more example. What if I had y equals negative 2/5 x plus 7, right? My parallel line is going to be y equals negative 2/5 x, right? The slope, the part in front of x, is the same, but my y-intercept has to be different, maybe minus 1, right? Okay, so they have to be distinct lines also. So let's take a look at that first example. It asks me in example 1 to identify parallel lines, right? To determine which of those lines are parallel. I can't just assume because they look like they're never going to meet that they're never going to meet. I actually have to show that they have the same slope. Right? So how could I find the slope for line A? For line A, I could use the pair of points they gave me and the slope formula, or I could count on my graph. I went down 1 and to the right, or towards the positive numbers, 5. So for line A, my slope was negative 1/5. I can tell by looking that all of my equations are going to have negative slopes. Line B, I could use those points to find my slope. Right? I could put them in a table also to find my slope, or I could just count on my graph. It looks like I go down 1, and this time only to the right 4. So my slope for line B, my slope is negative 1/4. And the last one, I went down 1 and then towards the right, or the positive numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So my slope for line C was negative 1/5. It says determine which of the lines are parallel. So I can finally answer lines A and C are parallel because they have the same slope. So again, we don't want to rely just on, oh, they look like they're never going to meet, right? We want to actually find their slope and make sure that they're the same. So what else might we have to do with parallel lines other than just identifying whether or not lines are parallel? Let's look at example 2. The second thing we're going to be asked to do is to actually write an equation of a parallel line. Right? It asked me to write an equation of a line that passes through this point, so it gives me an x and a y, and is parallel to the line y equals 2x plus 3. Parallel, remember, key thing for parallel, it means it has the same slope. Right? I have to ask then, what would the slope have to be? Well, the slope of this line is 2. If the slope is going to be the same, right, that means my new slope is also going to be 2. So I am given this point and a slope. We already know how to write the equation of a line if I'm given the slope and a point. That's where we use our point-slope form. Y minus y1 equals m times the quantity x minus x1. Right? So if I start, my y value that I was given was -4. So here I get y minus -4. Minus a negative turns to a plus. Right? So y plus 4 equals, my slope m was 2. And then the quantity x, and the original x was a +5, so it's -5. Right? And when we write equations of lines, if it doesn't tell us what form to write it in, we want to write it in slope-intercept form. So I always want to distribute. So I get 2x minus 10, and then subtract 4 from both sides to get y by itself, and we end up with y equals 2x minus 14. So once we identify what my slope is supposed to be, then it's the same as the problems we looked at in 4.1 and 4.2. See if you could try the 2 you try problems for me, please. In the first you try problem, we needed to find the slope of line A and the slope of line B so we could determine whether or not they were parallel. So line A, right? Well, for line A, how about I use a table? My points were -5, 3, and -6, -1. So my rate of change, or my slope, is, well, from 3 to 1 went down 4, and from -5 to -6 actually went down 1. So I get that my slope is -4 divided by -1. But I always want to simplify because our goal is to compare, and it's easiest to compare if we write things in simplest form. So what is -4 divided by -1? Right? Well, we get that our slope is actually just 4, right? Common mistake on our last target check. Quite a few people accidentally told me a negative divided by a negative was still a negative. So really be careful with your positive and negative signs, please. Right? And then line B. Right? Line B. If I use my slope formula for this one, you can use whatever method you would like to find slope. So I need to take my 2 y's and subtract. Right? And the order I start with matters. Whichever point I start with is the point I have to start with in the numerator and the denominator. So if I do -2 minus -7, right? Minus -7 really turns to +7. And 3 minus 2, I get 5 over 1. And then if I simplify, 5 divided by 1 is just 5. So to answer the question, are the lines parallel? Right. Well, are the slopes the same? Right. So no, are the lines parallel is a yes or no question. Right. So no, the lines are not parallel because they do not have the same slope. Okay, so we might have to find the slope from a graph. We might have to find the slope from pairs of points, or we might have to find the slope from equations, right? From equations, remember, it just means find that m value when I get it in slope-intercept form. Okay. And the second U-try problem. In my second U-try problem, I'm supposed to write the equation of the line that passes through the point -4, 2 and is parallel to the line y equals 1/4 x plus 1. Okay. So what I have to know, if it's parallel, that's the key information it gave me. That tells me I also, in addition to knowing an x and a y, I know my slope, my m. Okay. When I talk about my slope, the x isn't part of my slope. So a lot of times people will accidentally tell me that my slope is 1/4 x, right? But my slope is actually just 1/4, right? So parallel means the same slope. So the slope of my new line also has to be 1/4. If I use my given point and my slope and that point slope form to write an equation, so y minus y1 is m times x minus x1, right? And fill in the values I know. The y I started with was 2, so y minus 2 equals m was 1/4, and then in parentheses, x, and minus a -4 turns to plus 4. Finish getting y by itself so that it's in slope-intercept form. Means y minus 2 is 1/4 x plus 1/4 of 4. It means 1 times 4 and then divided by 4. So 4 divided by 4 is just 1. And my last step would be to add 2 to both sides. So I end up with y equals 1/4 x plus 3. So in the next couple days, we're going to look at the idea of perpendicular, right? But for today, see if you could practice some of the parallel idea.